Alright, so today we got a whole bunch of camel ADV stuff to put onto this, along with some other miscellaneous things. Let's go show you what we got working here. So we've got a camel ADV rear rack, camel ADV radiator protector surround, whatever they call it, some bark busters, camel ADV rally bend exhaust, a Kirby's chain guide. We got the rear rack from Camel ADV, the clutch safety bypass, or not the clutch, the kickstand safety switch. I got that. Probably not going to install that. Probably just going to put that in the tail bag for a just in case thing. And then we also got Camel ADV front fork guards and the new fairings, because we're going to replace these. We're going to save these, so just in case, we're just going to put those on there. They're a lot more durable. So let's go ahead and get all this on there. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is just take everything apart. So to do most of this stuff, I got to take off. This has got to come off. Got to take all this rear tail section off. This has got to come off. So we're just going to do all that first, and then figure out where I want to go from there. So I guess we're just going to start in the front. You know my rules. Let's go grab the tool bag that I carry on the motorcycle, because you know that when I work on the bikes, I use the toolkit that I carry on the bikes. It's like vital. So I got visitors inside. My wife has her friend from Pennsylvania here, and my little dog is losing her mind out there, dude. She is not happy. Tool. I'm not actually in the bike right now. We just got back from a trip. I bet you I could lighten the load of this thing really a lot. So, as usual, the tools you carry on the bike should be the tools you use to work on the bike, and that is what we're about to do. And this is not a lightweight kit. I'm not even lying to you. So it looks like these could be a Torx, or you know what? We're gonna use a Torx. It looks like there's a bolt head on there, but it looks a little round and weird, so we're going to use a Torx. Bear with me as I pull all this crap out of here. Oh, don't roll away. Because I can already tell you, I know I got that. I'm pretty sure I got that in there because I threw it in here the last time we were working on the bike, I believe. Like I said, this is, boom. What is that? What is that? What is that? That's the right size, my dude. That's what that is. So let's take this off. Looks like we got 1, 2, 3. We're going to start with that 3 right there. Looks like there's little rubber retainers on there. Don't lose those. You know, sit your bolt down right there randomly. That way you can kick it somewhere and then wonder where the hell it is and be mad at yourself for kicking the bolts you need. But you know, this is what I do. I'm one of them mechanic guys in real life too, so. Oh, Lord. What else? What else we got? We got something in here. Yeah, well, it looks like we got plastic ones. Same size. Ooh. So they're just little. So there's, it's like 2 on the inside here. Little plastic ones. Just give that a half turn. It'll pop right out. And grab it and just, you know, wiggle and pull at the same time. Wiggle and pull. You might hurt your fingers a little bit, but that's part of the game. I can't see shit. There we go. wiggle and pull. And there's one more way up here. Is there? Not sure. Not sure. Not sure. Whoop. Okay. Kind of pull her back there. Okay. 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 So you got to kind of slide it back and she'll come free. Inside here, we got to connect there. There we go, reach in there. Boom. Oh, yeah, we do got one more. We do got one more way up here. Yep. Which holds the fairing onto the radiator guard. Yeah, my dog's losing her shit in there. There we go. There's that one. So already I'm noticing that the camel ADV does not come with that one there. At least not that I saw. It does not come with that. Let's go double check there real quick. It does not. So this not going to really count this as an in the actually. You know what? I'm going to use what I got in here. Like I always say, I'm going to use what I got in here. I was about to go grab another tool, but I'm not going to do that. We got a little pick. Got a little pick here. You can see me, can you? Okay, I think you can see me better. So just take a little pick. I'm gonna pry this up gently. Okay. And if you watched my last episode when I installed the skid plate and the Acerbis X Power, I just want to point out what I'm using again. You see that? I'm using that again. She can dig it in there, kind of pry up on it. Oh yeah, she's just coming done. I'm just gonna pry her up. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Yeah, my dog is losing it in there. She does not like visitors. All right, so that's pretty much gone. So we'll get that peeled off here. Get that peeled off. And pretty sure these things just pop out. That's kind of what yeah. Pop, pop, pop. Wiggle, jiggle. You know. Boom. Boom. Right there. Get her out of there. Okay, there we go. There it is, yeah. She just kind of pops out of there. Wiggle, jiggle, pull, pull, pops right out of there. So let's do the right side. Let's not get that confused. We also need to get our emblem off of here. I'm going to try that same technique. I don't really want to do it the same way. This is... All right. What are we going to do? All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to try the old line technique. Give me a second. Let me find something here. Once again, if you're on this channel, you're probably here for this type of stuff. Like everybody can make. Trim line definitely not going to work, so we need something skinnier. If you're a fisherman, you're set. Like, just grab some fishing line. Like I said, I ain't a fisherman, so pause. I'm going to find something, and we'll be back to it, okay? Okay, I realized really quickly I'm not going to have anything. I don't feel like spending the time because I got a lot to do on this thing today. So, back to my trusty pick here. So I'm just going to use this to kind of dig down in there. I'm not going to pry on this one. I'm going to try to watch the paint and the emblem here. I'm not going to worry too much about it because if I reuse this, the emblem's going to go back over this. So we're just going to
Okay. The trusty pick is coming through again. So what I did was I just stuck it down in there. I'm just rolling it around. I'm being as careful as I can be. Just trying to break this adhesive. And just so you know, Camel ADV does supply 2 round. All right, I think that's good. So, oh, yeah, there she is. And we're scratch free. So we're good. It doesn't have no foam. I wonder if I got some. So the Camel ADV also does not have this foam on there. So I'm gonna see if I actually have some foam. I want to say that I have some foam that I could tape on here because I feel like this is gonna stop a rattle of some sort. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can't find some foam. Okay, so yeah, there's the right side. That is off of there. We're on our way. So I'm just gonna stick the emblem here. Grab all these little bolts and whatnot. Stick that. We're gonna find a place for this to be safe. All right, set that over to the side and put your bolts, your emblems, all that stuff with it. Excuse me. All right, you don't need to see this part. Let me go ahead and get the other side off. All right, since we got new bark busters as well, let's go ahead and take these stock ones off. Looks like I'm gonna start with an Allen's key here. This the one. That is it. That was probably the easiest bolt that I've ever taken out of any bar end ever. All right, we're just gonna hold on to that right there, but there, boy. Got that Torx right up there again. And see, I just want to point out that this Torx was not in this toolkit when I first bought this bike. But when I was working on it for the first time, I realized that I didn't have it, put it in there, and look at it. We are now good to go. If you're curious, that's a T27. I'm pretty sure we're going to have to take some more stuff off up here. But for the time being, we're going to do the basic disassembly of this, and then when we get to the bark busters, we'll figure out what else needs to come off. But I'm pretty confident that this mirror is going to need to come off of here, all that good stuff. But as for now, we're just going to take these off. That is, oh, what did I just kick? That bolt. See, that's what I was telling you at the beginning of the video. This is the right side, so put that over the right side stuff. I'm getting confused over here. I need to switch this stuff around. Because this is actually the right side, and I'm standing over here looking at the left. So let's do that. Let's move this stuff. I know you can't see me, but I'm just storing my stuff over here. Like I said, I'm putting all the bolts and everything together. It's easier to keep track of it that way. All right, take the other side off. Back on the bike. All right, what else we got going on here? What else we got going on here? We got bark busters. All right. Oh, we got the forky guards. Yeah, let's moving back to the fork guards here. Let's get you set up. Yeah, that's good enough for government work. Don't mind me, I'm a smoker. I'm trying to quit, but been smoking for way too long. That's an Allen's. That's an Allen's. That's a tiny Allen's. Maybe this one. Winner, chicken dinner. This is a 4 mil. So I don't have them yet. They should be in Monday, but I've got the fork guard protectors coming in from Camel ADV as well. Also got that one Franklin clutch that they got. 2 4mm. Looks like those were the same size. Let's see what those are there. Maybe. Nope. Maybe. Yes. That there is a, what we got there, an 8mm. 2 8mm. Alright, bolt with a collar. Same thing. Bolt with a collar. Alright, got one back here connected to the rear of this front fender. And then you may not see it, but on the ground, I'm just kind of laying these out where I took them from. So that one out. And we got another Allen's key down here. No collar on that side. All right, let's take the other side apart. Probably need to get that fender out of the way to get all that stuff out. As usual, be careful for the bolts you're just going to leave laying there. Be right back when we get that other side off. All right, now that we got that side off, this should not move out of your way free and clear, but you look like you can swing that out just like that then. All right, I can already see that it looks like all of this hardware you're gonna need to transfer over. So double check some stuff here. Looks like all these bolts and collars are gonna be the same size, so should be pretty self-explanatory where you go. Put these in the pile, left and right. I'm gonna flip them like that. That way I can put the bolts with them. All this was the right. The left. All right, what's next? What we got going on here now? All right, we got that off. We got those off. It's like the rear. Yeah, let's get this off. I'm gonna need a key, so let me go get my key. All right, I'll take this rear tail off now. So let's start by taking your seat off. Or I'm just gonna set this over here. All right, what we got working with here? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Seat, takes front seat off too. Maybe, yeah, take the front seat off. It may not need to be done, but we're gonna do it. That is not the right size. I'm pretty sure this will be. Just got 2 bolts back here. Looks like that same 4mm. Yep, same 4mm we've been using. These particular bolts, I'm gonna put back in the holes they came from. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, we're gonna take our battery tender, get that fucker out of the way. Just move the tools back here, which are supposed to go here, which is funny because if the tools are here and I need tools to get that bolt off to get to the, it's not very smart. So literally I don't keep nothing in there. I guess I could keep that in there just for the hell of it, but I don't even know why this is in the way. Yeah, but whatever. Go set this to the side. You just hang out over there. All right. What we got going here? All So it's a whole bunch of, yep, we got a whole bunch of 4s here. So got some Torx down here. Oh, let's come to the other side of the bike. All right, let's see here. Take this out of there. Let's see. We're gonna take this off just to be safe. Like, I don't know if it needs to come off, but you know, we're taking a whole bunch of stuff apart anyways. Back to that Torx that we've been using. I mean, right now it looks like I could take this whole bike apart with a Torx 2 Allen's key and 8mm. From what I've seen thus far, until we get here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's not the right size. So, but I don't believe those are getting reused. So, whatever size that is, it's not staying in the bag. 2 regulars. Got one of the little plastic pops. Or not. I thought it was a plastic. It's black. It's just a black one. Why are there 2 different colors? I don't know. Just remember the black one goes in the front. Okay, that's why. Nope. It's a little shorter. Just whatever. Black one goes in the front. Just remember that. What are we doing? I'm on off there now. Woo! Okay. Just got a little pop. Just pop right on there. All right. Grab that stuff. Repeat on the other side. There we go. You gotta give her a bit of a tug there. All right, put that down. All right, you definitely got to take that out because you got a little. Come back to this side. Definitely got to take those side covers off. You got a little pop pin down here. So just take that Torx you've been using, pop it in. You'll see what's going on there. As soon as you get there, it's got a little middle piece. I don't know if you can see. You got a little middle piece. Just push that in, and to reset it, push up on the bottom until it's raised up, and then to set it, you flatten it back out. So put that there. All right, we got to go get the big Torx. Like I said, this is not in my toolkit, and I'm not putting it back in there. But let's go grab that. What we got here? Watch it be the size that's missing out of this hoe. It's not. T40. Got a T40 there. Gonna need a bigger ratchet. Well, that was super loose. Not super loose, but yeah, that's not tight at all. All right, let's get these out of here. That's the wrong way. My brain got confused. Hello, owl. There's an owl. Well, it's not an owl. It sounds like an owl, but it's weird. That's what it sounds like. Over on my neighbor's house. Doing his little mating call, trying to find him some honeys. Alright, got those out of there. And then back to that Torx we've been using. Or not. No. Oh, that's an Allen's. It's the Allen's we've been using. Get that. 4 mil, 4 mil, 4 mil. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I see initially. They do have little collars on them, so don't lose them. Like I said, don't lose it. Luckily for me, that fell right out the bottom there. So we're good. We're good. Put those to the side. All right, looks like we got 1, 2, at least 3 of those torques down here. Come on down here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on down here with me. Come down here. See what I'm doing. Oh, shit. I hope I knew what I was doing. There we go. One. 2. 3. Then we got 3 on that side plus that pop pin. We get a little pop pin over here. Pop. Pop in the middle and push it out from the rear. You got plenty of room in there. One. 2. Oh, yeah. This is getting loosey-goosey now. 3. All right, and then once I got everything, she should just kind of pull back. You know what I'm saying? Kind of bring her back. Bring her back. She's off there. That's obvious. We don't need a left or right because we got the rear. Boom. Okay, what we got here? We got that off there. Exhaust. Gotta get that off of there. Time to take this exhaust off here. I definitely don't have that big ass Allen's key. I definitely don't. I got this one for the axle nut, which I don't even know if it's the right size for this one. I ain't got that far on this bike yet. I don't think I'm gonna have that one. That's another one that I just don't feel like I need to carry. Negative. Alright, let's go get it. Every once in a while, and it's your choice. If you run into tools that you don't have on your bike, it's kind of your call whether you want to start carrying them or not. I don't think I need to carry that one. Like the super big ones, I don't really think I need to do that. I even got that damn size in here? That motherfucker. It's kind of big. I don't think, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. Of course, me being a mechanic on my tools are actually at work. This is kind of my backup set and whatnot. Oh, man, I don't want to go buy a damn tool today. Really ain't trying to do that. I gotta have the right size. All right, bear with me. I ain't gonna make you watch all this. Let me go find that. Okay, I found it. I have one. It's a 5/16. It's a 5/16 Allen's. Oh, we're gonna need a wrench. I'll tell you one thing, I ain't got no damn wrenches in there. Oh, I do have a wrench in there. I have a single wrench. I doubt that's the size that I need though. I mean, I'm willing. Oh, Jesus. Wrenches are not good. I do not have a lot of wrenches at home anyway. Oh, I got a wrench right here. Oh no, it's not the right size, dude. Not the right size, dude. That's fine. That's, as I've said plenty of times already. This is, I mean, I do got that. Let's see here. Use this. Holla at me. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have a wrench, so I used the old, the universal socket that everybody's parents has got for them at least once in their life as soon as they found out they work on cars and whatnot. I just used that. That was in the tool bag. So, all right, let's see. We got a little clampy clamp there. What size is that? Is that on the other side of the bike? Oh, I'm gonna lose some stuff here. Let me pick up after myself. We got our screws and our push tab down here. We're about to lose. We don't need to lose that shit like we did over here. Oh, we didn't lose it. We didn't lose it. We got it there. Pick up your stuff. Like I do as I say, not as I do. You know. Nah, I just need to practice what I preach sometimes. But it's a lot easier when you don't do this all day, every day as a living. Well, not on bikes, but so I don't really follow the rules too well. I just do what I know works in my daily life, which I don't usually put stuff on the floor. Usually got a big old giant workbench that I'm working with. And obviously, I'm got a much more professional setup at work when I'm being a professional, rather than weekend moto warrior. You know what I'm saying? Pop her out of there. There we go. We got her out of there. Put this stuff back together like so. And then we should just be able to wiggle jiggle. You know me. I'm a fan of the wiggle jiggle. Yep. Bam. Wiggle jiggle that hoe right off there. Bam. That's out of here. That's definitely heavier than what's going back on there. This is going in a separate area because we're not putting that back on the bizac. Okay. I believe that is a disassembly. All right, so she is disassembled. Bam. I don't really know how long that all just took, but now we're going to put the stuff back together. All right, let's start in front, work our way back. So first thing we're going to do is let's get those fenders on there, or those fork guards. And we're going to start with the fork guards. So let's start with the right side. Put this over there. All right, grab your right side. We're going to need to transfer some hardware here. So give me a second. Make sure we got you set up right. All right, good enough. All right, so yeah, definitely going to need to switch some hardware over. So just take all your bolts and whatnot, put them right down there, and then pretty much just, oh, maybe grab the wrong side. We did, maybe, sort of, maybe. No, I just, see, what the fuck am I doing here? Okay, yeah, we got the wrong side. Put that over there. That's all we got going on. That's fine. All right, just like that. Yep, that's it. All right. So just pretty simple. Just start taking the hardware out. We're gonna start with these little rubber grommets. That'd probably be the easiest. Okay. So to get the grommet out, take the metal collar, throw it on the ground, and then pop out the rubber grommet. Okay, looks like the small side of that goes towards the inside. So we're gonna get that. Push that in there. You know me, wiggle jiggle. Pick up the collar. Boom. That's one. All right, then we got these little tabs right here. You know what we're gonna grab, right? You should already be guessing what we're gonna grab for this. Oh no! Where'd she go? There it is. I see her. I see her. Yeah. So you know we went back to this right hand, this right angle pick, right? Of course you did. Pry it up just a little bit and push it. Pry and push just a little bit, okay? And then put it back over just like it came off. Boom. There it is. We got that one. It looks like we got another little metal one here. Like that metal collar comes from the inside. Small end of the rubber grommet goes outwards.
Hello.
Hello.
Here you go.
What's this? Oh, bacon. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna be on YouTube now. She didn't know I was recording. She should have known better. It's my wife. She brought my bacon. Pause for the cause, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, dude. Dude, if you ain't got you a wife that brings you bacon and shit while you're out here making fucking prolonged YouTube videos that nobody watches, got the wrong wife, dude. Alright. Got another one. Way down here on the bottom. Same rule we've been following. Just pay attention to what you're doing when you're taking it apart. And you're going to match that when you're putting it back together. You know what I mean? Damn it. She done gave me bacon and fired up my appetite now. Son of a bitch. Alright. What else we got? Two more. The little push pins. The little... I don't know what these are called. Guaranteed they got a technical name, and like I said, I've been a mechanic for, I don't know, a long time that I can remember, honestly. But probably 15, 20 years, I don't know, probably about 20 years, and I still don't know the name of half this crap. Right, yep. I'm sorry if you can't see what I'm doing down here, but oh, Jesus. And then just, like I said, remember which end went where, because that's definitely, oh no. It's definitely going to matter when you go to the reassembly stage. Put that one there. Put that one there. Bam. She's ready to go. Ba-da-doo. Toss that out of the way. Alright, so we're going to try to do this the same way we did the other one. Or how we got it off there. Wiggle, jiggle, slide, finesse, all of that. Yeah, there we go. Yep, that's it. Just kind of loosely put it in there for now so we can do the other side. You don't need to see this part. You saw this one, so we're just going to repeat with the other port. All right, got the other side in there, so now we're just going to put our hardware back together. So this is all pretty self-explanatory. You can see the bigger oval size holes is where those collars are going to go. Loosely fit everything at first. Just get it started. Just get the stuff started. Nice and easy. I should probably be using the Loctite on this. Yeah, so let me go grab that. Get yourself some Loctite. Don't be a dumbass. We're gonna use the blue, medium Loctite. Doodle-doo. Oh no, I gotta cut it. Okay. She's cut. All right. Just a little bit. Just not ready to go. What we got going on here? Who knows? Oh, okay. There we go. Just a dab. We don't need a lot, fellas. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So yeah, if you're doing motorcycling stuff, if you're taking a bolt out, you should probably put some medium strength on to go back on. Because if you've ever worked on a bike or owned a bike long enough, you probably know that these bolts vibrate themselves loose. Especially if you're doing off-road type stuff, you probably want to Loctite this. Bolts will come loose, okay? You know, we got one Allen's, and I don't really remember where that one went. Oh, duh. Went to the collar, and the collar goes into that one. Boom, figured it out. Just remember, we're just loosely mounting everything, that way we can get it lined up properly. Okay, let me get everything else lined up, okay? Okay, so we got everything loosely mounted so we can make sure all of our collars line up. We don't want anything in a bind when we go to tightening this stuff up. So we're going to start at the top and work our way down. We're just going to slowly tighten everything. We're not going to pick one bolt and just go all the way home with it. See, keep everything loose and then slowly tighten. That way you still have some wiggle room everywhere. So we're starting with these collars because these collars need to be set down in here. And then we're going to just tighten these Allens just enough to keep that collar from popping back out. Repeat on this side. All right, now that we got all the collars kind of set to where they're not going to move outside of where they need to be seated, we're going to tighten up the actual bolts because these don't swivel too much. These at least have some room up and down to be able to move. So let's do these first. Bam. Looks like she's pretty solid already, guys. Nope. Looks like we might have missed the hole on this one. We did. We did. So we're just going to loosen up again. Just enough to get us some wiggle jiggle. Give me that back. Loosen that up. Pull the bolt out a little bit here to probably help. See, things don't always go just super perfect, you know? So this one's being a little bit of a pain in my ass. Oh, let's loosen this. There we go. Let's loosen that one. There we go. There we go. That one started. That one started, and it's finagling things around here. There it is. And as usual, don't force anything. If it doesn't want to go in there, and then take a step back, look at what you're doing. You don't want cross thread nothing, anything like that. So then we're just gonna finger tighten everything. We'll finger tighten with the what you call it. All right, I think she's ready to. All right, let's get her bolted in. And if you're new to this channel and you know, or you don't know, but we do a torque spec of Gudentite around here. If you've been here for a while watching some of these mechanic videos I make, then you already know Gudentite is how I roll. And that's only because I've been doing this for as long as I've been doing this. I'll actually show you how I kind of feel out when I'm doing this kind of stuff. Okay, so when I'm tightening stuff up, I don't hold the ratchet down here. Don't hold your ratchet down here. This is going to provide way too much leverage for most of the bolts that you're going to be putting on. Hold it up here at the head, just like this, and then just twist. You know what I'm saying? Just twist, and you'll get that feel. Once she's seated in there, don't try to force it. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got Loctite on there. Don't try to force it anymore. You don't need to like Hulkamania tighten that stuff up, okay? And you can see the same thing. I'm not using the big end of this, holding it up here, so I can only get so much leverage behind that. And you'll feel it, you know what I'm saying? Once she's seated in there and you feel like you gotta force it to turn some more, don't force it no more. Let's call it right then. And then, as I mentioned, I've got the fork guard protectors for right in here coming as well, but I don't think they'll be here till Monday, so I'm trying to get a bulk of this stuff installed right now. Boom. That's everything. She's in there. One down. All right, so we got some other stuff to take apart here. We got 1, 2, looks like the 4 mil that we've been using here. Take that thing. The black one's in the back here. Take that one out. And then we got another one of them pop pins. We've already learned about those today. Bam, pop pin is out. We're just gonna set that right there. Then I believe it's these 2 bolts right here that need to come out of there. Let's see if we got the size we need. No, smaller than that. No. There it is. It is going to be a 12 mil. That's that size. Okay, give me a second. Got to get my wrench. Or my ratchet. Where I put the thing. There it is. And then really doesn't come with instructions. It just comes with a QR code to go watch. Camel ADV's install video, which I just recommend that. So I'm gonna finish putting this on. There's no need in you watching me do it because Camel ADV makes a great video about it. So I'm gonna get this all installed and I'll be back afterwards. Okay. If I run into any problems, I will let you know the difference between me doing it and how Camel ADV did it when I get back to you guys. Okay. Okay, so pretty much, yeah, that radiator guard, just watch the Camel ADV video on it. I'm not going to be able to make a better video than the guy who literally designed it. So just watch his video, 7 minutes. It'll show you how to put that on there. So now we got our fairings, and luckily I've got some foam and some double-sided tape. So we're going to see if we can kind of replicate that little bit of foam right there, because I imagine they put it on there for a reason. So we're going to see what we can do. Grab a knife here. We're just going to randomly cut some. Not the best foam in the world. Bought this for like organizing my toolbox, and it didn't work out too well. So now I just got extra foam back here. We're still going to make it work. We're going to make it work. It ain't got to be pretty, you know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be pretty. Probably work if I had a better, sharper knife, huh? There we go. Like I said, it ain't got to be pretty. It ain't got to be pretty. Cut that down right there. That's about it. That's about it. Get some double-sided tape here. And of course, I don't know how well this is going to work either, so. We got the double-sided tape on there. And then, looks like it's just right up in here. We're just going to stick it on and see how it goes. My dog does not. You see, my dog has been losing her shit for like 2 or 3 hours now. She does not like people, even if they're good people. Which sucks because she's a adorable little dog, but damn. Just goes to show you that it's the little dogs you gotta worry about, man. Damn little dogs. Don't mind me as I struggle for 20 minutes to try to get damn back. There we go. There we go. Here we go. Right about there. I mean, sure, that'll be good enough, right? Good enough for garage work. Yeah, that'll be all right. All right, so stick our headlight back in, our turn signal back in here. Pretty sure I did that all wrong taking this out. I'm pretty sure I kind of messed up my other side, so just goes to show, don't always listen to me, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm figuring it out as I go. Squeeze her down. There we go. Squeeze her down in there. There it is. Okay, there you go. And then I'm guessing this thing just kind of locks her in. So I'm thinking that when I pulled this out of there, there's a little plastic piece. Probably should have took that out first. But I'm an idiot. As I said it once, I'll say it 100 more times. I'm an idiot. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to come out, I'm guessing. I mean, good enough for government work, dude. And then I'd like to put that back the way it was. So let's get an idea of where that's going to sit here. Where are you going? Where are you going? All right. All right, so we got to kind of come in from the rear here. Where are we going? Where are we going? There's some stuff up there. Okay. Okay, so I ended up not doing the double-sided tape back down in there. Just be aware when you're putting this back on, there's a little straight down tab that you got to put in there. I kind of put that one in there first, and then there's a tab that angles into here, and then one that angles back into here. It's not that bad, so just kind of slide her in there. That foam actually goes right around in here, so I'm guessing that stops that from rattling. That's cool with me. So let's get the emblem on there, which is going to be super easy, honestly. So Camel ADV gives you, I don't even know how this emblem's supposed to go. I'm a Harley guy. Supposed to go this way or this way? Maybe this way, this way, this way? I don't fucking know, dude. Let's check, because I'm horrible at that kind of stuff. Gotta find a key to a motorcycle first. Probably help. Oh, I'll probably just look on the damn bike somewhere, huh? No, can't. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. I'll be back. Okay, we got to figure it out. So, like I said, Camel gives you some 3M double-sided tape here. Oh, Lord. Sure we get this on there right. There we go. Peel off here. We're just going to kind of line her up right down there with the bottom of that and just send her on there. There we go. Hopefully that's the right way. I don't know. Hopefully that's right. If it's not, upside down Yamaha then. Okay, now let's put all the bolts back in. You know where they came from. You know where they go. Let's do that. All right, next up, we're going to kind of see if we're going to do this, possibly this first. So we got this to put on there, which looks like it's going to bolt in the back there, so we don't have to worry about that. And then I already know what we got to do back here. Okay, so that, and then we got our rear racks here, which I do believe. Let's see if we can figure it out here. I don't think that's how it goes. I'm pretty sure they go forwards. All right, let's check the hardware that we got with each one of these, and I'll be back. Your tailgate joint. All right, I'm gonna watch the install video because, like I said, this doesn't come with any instructions. So let me check the install video, and we'll even see if I should show you, or probably just, you know what, we're gonna get this put together. Just watch the Camel ADV installation videos. Just like I said, with doing all that, there's no way I'm gonna do it as good as they did. So I'll see you once I get this all put back together. Okay. All right, so now we got to do the exhaust. A lot of people are going to be intimidated by this, and I can completely understand that because we got to cut this off of here to be able to put the Camel ADV exhaust on there. So we got to put the exhaust on there before we can put the side racks on there, and the side racks have to go on there before we can bolt this on there. So that's where we're at. Got my Sharpie here. So Camel ADV does supply a template here for you to cut along. So you're going to give her some marks here. Now, his install video, he used a disc grinder or a disc cutter. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to mark it like so. Know that I need to go just below the bottom of that line because I can cut more off, but I can't put more back on there. So I got a pipe cutter, so I didn't feel like doing that. So I went and got myself a pipe cutter. Gonna go about right there. I'm happy with that. We'll see how well this pipe cutter works. There it is. We got it off there with the pipe cutter. So just grab yourself a pair of pliers and tighten that thumb screw with pliers rather than your fingers, and it'll work fantastic. Plus, now we got a nice clean cut. No burrs, no nothing like that. I'm gonna grab some black paint from over there that I have. I'm gonna spray it in the top of the cap and then paint down here to avoid rust, and then install everything pretty much just like everything else. Go check out Camel ADV's channel for the complete install of all of this stuff. But I recommend a pipe cutter. Pipe cutter's like 15 bucks, something like that. So get yourself a pipe cutter, a lot easier. There it is. We got it off there with the pipe cutter. So just grab yourself a pair of pliers and tighten that thumb screw with pliers rather than your fingers, and it'll work fantastic. Plus, now we got a nice clean cut. No burrs, no nothing like that. I'm gonna grab some black paint from over there that I have. I'm gonna spray it in the top of the cap and then paint down here to avoid rust, and then install everything pretty much just like everything else. Go check out Camel ADV's channel for the complete install of all of this stuff. But I recommend a pipe cutter. Pipe cutter's like 15 bucks, something like that. So get yourself a pipe cutter, a lot easier. There it is. We got it off there with the pipe cutter. So just grab yourself a pair of pliers and tighten that thumb screw with pliers rather than your fingers, and it'll work fantastic. Plus, now we got a nice clean cut. No burrs, no nothing like that. I'm gonna grab some black paint from over there that I have. I'm gonna spray it in the top of the cap and then paint down here to avoid rust, and then install everything pretty much just like everything else. Go check out Camel ADV's channel for the complete install of all of this stuff. But I recommend a pipe cutter. Pipe cutter's like 15 bucks, something like that. So get yourself a pipe cutter, a lot easier. Okay, final piece of the puzzle here is the Chirby's chain guide. So I kind of already put it together, and now I'm not going to take it back apart because it was a kind of a pain. So you can see you got this bracket right here. Just make sure the L is going. So here's the Chirby's. You want to put that in there like that, and then you got two spacers that you got to get into this hole and then this hole right here. You got two long bolts with collars. So get your collar on there, put it through the front. You have another collar back here, but we're gonna dab it with some Loctite before we put that on there. Just a little bit hair. Boom, just a little drop. Put the collar on. Put that bolt on there. Same thing with the middle one here. Put your collar with the bolt. Put that collar in there. Dab it with some Loctite. Looks like those are 9-line nuts too, so you probably don't even need that Loctite. I actually didn't even notice that. And then you have a small bolt that just goes right back here, pre-threaded. That one needs some Loctite as well. Ooh. Have an extra collar here for something. I don't know. Maybe they just sent an extra. Don't always get confused. It's still somebody just packing this stuff up in a warehouse somewhere, so maybe he grabbed 5 instead of 4. Probably look at the parts list and see what it's supposed to be, but okay. Put these in here. Let me see. No, I'm supposed to have 5, so give me a second. Let me figure out where that last one's supposed to go. Figured it out already, my dumb ass. It's this last screw back here. It's this last one back here. Collar. There we go. Now we're good. Okay, that's that. And then there's actually already 2 bolt holes threaded into the bottom of this swing arm, almost like they wanted you to put one of these on there. Oh lordy. 2 nuts, 2 washers, Loctite. I'm gonna tighten all this stuff up first and then I'll be right back. Let's get up under here. So you're gonna take, let's get a nut, a washer, a little bit of Loctite. Swing it up over your chain here. And as I said, there's pre-threaded on this swing arm, almost like they want you to put this on there. So finger tight on that one. Let's get our other one ready here. And regardless of what anybody ever tells you, there is a top and a bottom to washers. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you look at it, there's a flat side and there's a side that's not so flat. Some are easier to spot than others, but there is a top and a bottom to a washer. You didn't know, now you know. All right, this one pulled up in there. Tighten her down. Down. There we go. And then we get our pad over here. There's our pad. So this is a design so you can just easily replace it. You don't have to replace the whole thing. So isn't that nice of them? It's got 4 self-tappers pretty much. Going to the bottom here. All right. Tighten those up and call it a day. We'll get those tightened up. We're just gonna go take it for a rip. Appreciate you spending the day with me because it is now 3 o'clock. Let's go for a rip.